Hello, and welcome to Japan Lyric Room.
It is wonderful to be here.
In this show, we dedicate our time to savoring the lyrics of Japanese songs. We really try to explore the meanings behind the phrases.
Right, and today we're stepping into a song that has this, this incredible staying power. We're going to be savoring the lyrics of Kaede by the band Spitz.
Kaede, which translates to maple, and, calling it a song with staying power is maybe the understatement of the year. This was released back in 1998.
1998, just think about that for a second. In pop music terms, that's practically a different century. The era of dial-up. Usually a song from then is just pure nostalgia, it's retro. But Kaede feels, it feels present.
It absolutely does. And the proof is in its history. I mean, this song has had such an incredible life in Japanese media. It was an insert song for the drama over time.
Right.
Then it was the theme for Mom's Last Day. Then it showed up again in a short film, Umi de no Hanashi.
And this is the part that gets me. This song from 1998 is the theme song and the actual core concept for a brand new movie, also called Kaede, that's coming out in 2025.
A 27-year gap.
It's unheard of. That just doesn't happen.
It really doesn't. And I think it suggests that the song tapped into an emotion that is, well, it's timeless. Every generation keeps rediscovering it because the feeling it describes just doesn't get old.
So what is that feeling? What are we talking about here?
I think it's about mastering the art of regeneration. It's not really just a breakup song. It's a song about the process of starting your life again, but while you're still holding on to the memory of someone. It's that blend of gentleness and pain.
So it's not an angry song. It's not a good riddance kind of track.
Not at all. It's about loss and regeneration living side by side. So our goal today isn't a technical breakdown. We're here to savor the words. We're going to walk through 7 specific phrases from the song in order to really feel the emotions and metaphors at play.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's start at the very beginning.
The opening line really sets the tone for everything. The first cultural nuance is, I won't forget you, even as time goes by.
Okay, so my first reaction to I Won't Forget You is that it sounds a little clingy, The usual instinct after a breakup is, I need to forget this to move on. This feels like a refusal to let go.
I totally see why you'd think that, especially in Western pop, where moving on means erasing the past. But the nuance here is in accepting the memories as they are. It's not about refusing to let go of the person. It's about refusing to deny that the memory happened.
So it's about honoring the history you had.
Precisely. The lyrics even hint that the relationship wasn't perfect. There were little misunderstandings, playful moments. But in the end, the partner's smile sort of embraced all of it. And this is the key. The original Japanese uses a past tense for the relationship.
Oh, that's a huge difference.
It is. By saying, I won't forget, it's quietly saying, it's over. We aren't together now, so it's not, I won't forget you because I'm waiting for you. It's, I won't forget what we were, even though you're gone.
That's a much more mature way of looking at it. It's not fighting reality, it's living with it.
Exactly. And once you accept that, you start looking back at what you really had. Which brings us to our second phrase. This one is probably one of the most poetic lines in the song.
This one jumped out at me. The imagery is so specific, but I couldn't quite pin it down.
The translation is, from the hole we took turns peeking into. What were we really looking at?
The hole we took turns peeking into. I love that.
Yep.
What is it? A keyhole? A tiny window? Feels very intimate.
It's meant to. Think about a really deep relationship. Your world narrows. You're not looking at everything. You're looking through this one tiny focused hole together. You feel like you're sharing a secret view of the world.
Like you're both kids looking through a knothole in a fence.
Exactly that. But then you get the second half of the line. What were we really looking at?
Yeah. That just hits you.
That's the doubt, isn't it? Even though we were looking through the exact same hole, at the same time, were we even seeing the same thing?
That's a chilling thought. It's that question that only comes up after it's over. You look back and you think, wait, I saw a future, but did you just see right now? Was this forever for me, but just a chapter for you?
Yes, it's a retrospective realization. You start noticing all the little disconnects you ignored at the time. It's this incredibly human moment of questioning the reality you thought you shared.
It kind of undermines that warmth from the first line, doesn't it? It introduces this uncertainty.
It has to. You need that uncertainty to justify the separation. And that's what leads to the next step, deciding to be independent.
Right. This is where there's a clear decision being made. The line is, goodbye. I'll walk on, holding your voice with me.
And listen to what's being kept.
Holding your voice. Not holding a hand, not a photo. A voice. Why a voice?
It's such a specific choice. The physical person is gone. You can't hold their hand. But the voice, their words, their encouragement, the sound of your name, that stays with you. It's inside you. The singer is using that memory as a kind of emotional fuel.
But it explicitly says, I'll walk on.
Yes. This is the turn towards independence. It's this quiet, firm resolution. I'm not going to fall apart. I'm going to move forward on my own, but I'm going to carry the sound of you with me.
It's so bittersweet. It's like saying, I don't need you to hold me up, but I want your memory beside me. Is that healthy?
Well, that's the big question of grief, isn't it? But here it feels like integration. You're not haunted by the memory. You're making it part of who you are now.
Okay, so they're moving forward with this voice in their head. What does the world look like now? Because after heartbreak, everything can just look gray.
In this song, the world looks like autumn. Our fourth phrase uses some really beautiful Japanese imagery. It says, beyond the glass, polka-dot clouds were scattered.
Polka-dot clouds. I love that. Is that a real thing?
It is. In Japanese, it refers to hichijigumo, or sheep clouds. You know, those little tufts of altocumulus clouds high up in the sky.
And what's the significance of that?
In Japan, those clouds are a classic sign that autumn has arrived. And autumn, in Japanese culture, is a season loaded with meaning. It's about things cooling down, introspection, things ending to prepare for winter.
So the landscape matches the emotion, but what about that first part? Beyond the glass.
Good catch. The singer isn't outside in the scenery. They're inside, looking out through a window.
Which creates a separation.
A barrier. It's a subtle but powerful metaphor. The view, and by extension, the memory of that beautiful autumn they shared, is something they can see, but they can't touch it anymore.
Oh, that's beautiful and so sad. It's right there. You can see the sheep clouds of your past, but there's a pane of glass between you and that memory now. You can't go back.
Exactly. It's the season of memories. Crisp, clear, but out of reach.
So we have this person walking forward, but they're separated from their past. How are they feeling inside? Because you can look determined on the outside and be a total wreck.
And the song gets right into that. Our fifth phrase is, with a light soul that could be blown away by the wind.
A light soul. Usually light is a good thing, right? I feel light as a feather, but this feels dangerous.
You're right. It's a double-edged sword. On one hand, yes, it's freedom. They're not weighed down by the relationship anymore, but also means they're fragile.
Fragile how?
Think of a dry maple leaf. It's light, but that lightness means it has no anchor. The wind just tosses it around. The singer is describing this feeling of being unmoored. They have dreams, they want normal happiness, but they feel unreliable, easily swayed.
That makes perfect sense. When you get out of a serious relationship, you lose your gravity. You're just floating, and floating can be terrifying.
Right. And it shows that this regeneration process isn't some straight line to happiness. It involves feeling completely lost.
And speaking of not being a straight line, the next phrase really brings things back to earth. It stops being poetic and gets brutally honest.
It really does. This is phrase number 6. Even if I get hurt, or end up hurting someone from now on.
Wow. Or end up hurting someone. You just don't hear that kind of admission in songs. It's always about being the one who got hurt.
But that's a fantasy. This song is about reality. The singer accepts that the future isn't going to be perfect. To live is to connect with people, and that means there's always a risk.
The risk of pain.
Both giving and receiving it. By choosing to walk forward, they know they might get their heart broken again. But, and this is the incredibly brave part, they also know they might be the one who breaks a heart next time.
That's such a heavy thing to accept. It's saying, I'm re-engaging with life, and I know life is messy, and I know I'm not perfect.
Precisely. It's a commitment to a real future, not a fairy tale one.
Okay, we have one last phrase. And for me, this one captures the entire feeling of the song. It's about time. And anyone who's ever really missed someone will get this in their bones.
This is really the psychological core of the song. Phrase 7. A season so long it feels like a single blink arrives.
A season so long it feels like a single blink. Actually, that's a complete contradiction. How can something be long in a blink?
It is a contradiction, but it's also the exact feeling of loss. Think about it. When you're in the middle of grief, every single day feels like it takes a year to get through.
Oh, absolutely. The hours just crawl by. It drags.
But then, one day you look up and a year has gone by, and when you look back at that entire relationship, that whole season of your life, because it's over, it compresses.
It compresses.
Yeah, the memory of it becomes a single flash. The days were agonizingly long, but the era itself feels like it happened in an instant.
That is so profound. It's that feeling of, how has it been 5 years? It feels like yesterday and a lifetime ago at the same time.
That's the distortion of time that comes with loss. The song just captures that feeling perfectly. The long season of grief collapses into a single blink in the rearview mirror. So we've walked through these 7 phrases. We've gone from accepting the past to realizing disconnected perspectives, to choosing independence, to seeing the world through the glass of memory.
Feeling the fragility of being light.
Accepting the pain of the future, and finally, experiencing the distortion of time.
It's quite a journey for a 4-minute song.
So if we strip it all down, what's the takeaway? If Kaede isn't a breakup song, and it isn't a happy song, what is it?
I wouldn't call it sad. I think I would call it resilient.
Resilient.
Yes. Kaede isn't a song about erasing a goodbye or pretending it didn't happen. It's a song about integration.
Integrate.
It's about accepting the past and walking forward as you are, carrying those memories. The song suggests you don't have to get over it by forgetting. You incorporate the loss into who you are. You let that voice you're holding become part of your own inner monologue.
And that's the rebirth part. You're reborn not as a clean slate, but as a person with a history.
Exactly. Seasons change, leaves fall, they become soil for the next tree. The loved one's voice continues to ring in your heart, not as a ghost that haunts you, but as a companion that guides you. That's the quiet strength of this song.
And that is probably why we're still talking about it almost 30 years later, and why its inspiring new movies touches on something universal. We all have that one voice we carry.
We all have seasons that feel like a blink, and we all have to find the courage to step out, even if our souls feel a little too light and the wind is blowing.
Wow, that was really special. I feel like I'm gonna listen to this song with completely different ears now.
That's the goal. When you understand the words, the melody just hits deeper.
It absolutely does. Well, thank you so much for listening today.
Yes, thank you.
We have picked up various Japanese songs, and we have updated detailed explanations on our website. So if you want to savor the lyrics more deeply, please check the website from the link in the description.
There's a lot more to discover there.
And if you like this program, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out.
And we want to hear from you.
Yes. Please let us know your thoughts, or if you have requests for songs you'd like us to cover, just put them in the comments. We love reading your suggestions.
It's always great to see what resonates with all of you.
Until then, see you next time. This was Japan Lyric Room.